These three red-winged blackbirds from Arkansas could hold the key to a disturbing puzzle. Working with the birds inside what's called a biosafety cabinet, Dr. Kevin Keel begins to try to determine what killed them. And not just these birds, but thousands of others New Year's Eve. The cabinet is a precaution, just in case the birds were the victims of some disease. Scientists don't think so, but let's let the doctor explain as he begins the exam.
And I'm looking and palpating for any broken bones and feeling the bones in the wing, trying to tell if there are any fractures, looking for hemorrhages. Sometimes if birds fly into things, you may see hemorrhages in the mouth, you may see fractures of the beak. All the evidence we have so far suggests that this was a traumatic event.
Traumatic event, as in the birds ran into something hard. The lab has already dissected and x-rayed the Louisiana birds, and the internal damage suggests the birds likely died as a result of a collision.
This tells us that these birds probably flew into inanimate objects, which caused the trauma. We looked for evidence of gunshot injuries with the radiographs and didn't see any. And so they may have flown into anything from buildings or power lines or towers, or could have flown into the ground as well.
Power lines are thought to be to blame in Louisiana. In Arkansas, it was noted the bird deaths occurred near where they roost for the night. Simply put, something startled them, possibly fireworks since it was New Year's Eve, and the birds took off panicked into the darkness.
The weather in that area last night, the night of the mortality event, was overcast. There was a little bit of rain, so there was a low ceiling. It wasn't foggy, but it still may have resulted in some disorientation of the birds and contributed to them flying into objects.
Even though authorities believe it is blunt force trauma that's to blame, they will take tissue samples and send them out for further testing, just to make sure we're not talking about some sort of disease, a chemical, or possibly even poisoning. Martin Savage, CNN, Athens, Georgia.